Seeing beyond. Living transformed is a spiritual crossing of the threshold to the world of being a truly expanded human being. Join mediums Cheryl and Kelley for conversations about discovering deep spirituality, developing your intuitive and empathic skills and personal mediumship. Each episode will focus on tips, tools, and techniques to help you understand and expand your own inner gifts and life journey. You can call in each week to receive spiritual guidance, personal readings, and we'll answer your questions. We'll talk with luminary experts on meditations, the afterlife, energy healing, past lives, and much more. Join our Seeing Beyond spiritual community to learn more about expanding your mind, body, and soul, and have fun on your journey to empowered transformation.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of Seeing Beyond Living Transformed. I am your host, Cheryl Murphy. I am along with my colleague, Kelley Eckhart. Kelley, hi, how are you tonight?
I am good.
It's great to see you.
you?
I am so great to see you too, Kelley. I'm fine, thank you. And look who's here. We have a special guest, a wonderful energy healer, psychic and medium, Miss Jules Davis. Hi,
Hello.
Jules. How are you?
Hi, ladies. I'm great.
It's just wonderful to have you here. And for everyone just now tuning in, we are so fortunate to have Jules Davis with us. She's an amazing Reiki healer, medium, psychic, among other things, and really quite a brilliant intuitive herself. I even want to ask you, Jules, just to start off the show, when did you start knowing you were intuitive? Because it seems so natural for you.
Oh,
Well, it's a long story.
I started to have experiences when I was a really young girl. I just didn't always understand them, but I can't remember not having experiences. And
amazing.
it just frightened me when I was a girl.
So look, I know our audience is just getting to know you. So everyone, let's just start right here. Go to healingwithjules.com and find out more about Jules Davis and sign up for her newsletter. She and Kelley Eckhart have a big announcement, if you haven't already heard, about their Egypt trip. We are here tonight to answer your questions and let Jules and Kelley share more about how amazing their trip was last year, and really let you know that there's so many new and magical things happening in Egypt right now. Yes. So Kelley, hi Kelley.
Hello and welcome. Excuse me, everybody, because I am on an iPad that's not mine. I'm out of town and don't have any of my equipment, so I'm doing my best. I feel like I'm looking, the camera's over here and I'm looking the wrong way or something. But I'm very excited to have you here today, Jules. Thank you.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm so excited to talk about our upcoming Egypt trip. I don't know if we want to talk about that right now, but I feel like why not? We still have room for more people. We would love people to join us. It's an amazing trip. We had an amazing informational Zoom meeting the other day. You can hear that or see that if you're interested. But I'll let Jules, Jules is like the queen of memorizing every town we went to and every temple we went to. Because let me tell you, we packed in a lot on this trip. It's a 12-day trip, and then we have a 6-day extension. But we went to so many amazing sites, and we learned so much stuff. And she's like a sponge, and she speaks like a little bit of every language, which I love, because she was just communicating with everybody. And I was like, great, somebody knows. Anyways, but I'm going to let you share, Jules, because I love when you share.
You love when I share? Okay.
I love it.
I'm just trying to connect, I think my Instagram of going live, but I'm not sure that it's working. So what can you do if it's not on there? It's on my Facebook for now. Egypt. Well, Kelley invited me to join her on her group trip. We ended up doing it in February of this year, and it was quite incredible and magical experience, and I loved every bit of it. And so we decided to do another one. So we are going back in February of 2025. And we'll be there February 26th to March 9th is the main trip. And then we have an extension this year to go explore some new places, March 9th to March 14th.
Yes.
The first part of the trip, we start in Cairo. Everybody meets up there, and then we fly down to the southern part of Egypt to Aswan. And from there, we explore the Aswan area and we go all the way down to Abu Simbel, which is almost at the border with Sudan. It's quite a spectacular temple that we see there.
Yes.
And then we come back up to Aswan and spend a little bit of time there and start and embark on our cruise on the Nile River. And we take a cruise up the Nile River. We stop along the way at some beautiful sites, some more temples. Some of them we can get to right from the cruise itself because they're right next to the river. Other ones we have to go in to the temples. And anyways, we end up in Luxor, and then we spend a few days in Luxor, which was the ancient capital of Egypt for a time. And so there's lots to see around there. And then we're heading back to Cairo and exploring some of the ancient sites of Cairo then. For those who stay on in the trip, we are then going to go out into the desert and explore an area called Siwa Oasis, which is known for their beautiful blue salt pools that are naturally occurring there. And it's all the way west, close to the border with Libya. So we're going to be exploring a lot of Egypt during a small amount of time. You get to see so much. And we're just very well taken care of. From there, we go on a little desert adventure while we're out there. There's a full moon ceremony we're going to do. And head to Alexandria. And then from Alexandria, we go back to Cairo. So throughout all of those destinations, there's temples, there's museums, there's all sorts of fun stuff. And then Kelley and I do like readings and energy healing and meditation. And some exciting things are that the Grand Egyptian Museum is finally open, which is like an incredibly beautiful billion-dollar project. They finally just opened it recently in the last couple weeks. So we are going to be taking our group there to see the brand new museum. It has lots of artifacts, but it's also just extraordinarily beautiful. And we're also this year including a few other stops into some areas that Kelley and I got to go see last year on our own. And we wanted to make sure our group was able to go. And that includes the Museum of Ancient Civilization, where we can see like mummies of basically every leader of ancient Egypt for, certain times are located there, and other artifacts from different eras of Egyptian civilization. And then we're also going to go to some additional pyramids. So everybody knows about the pyramid complex in Giza, which is extraordinary. But we're also going to go to the pyramids out in Dashur, and we're also going to go to the Step Pyramid in Saqqara. So there's so much. We're going to see so much and do so much, but it's really a trip of a lifetime. I mean, we have people coming back that went last year because they enjoyed it so much.
Great.
And yeah, I don't know what else you
And
want.
how many people can
I
you?
mean, it's amazing. It is really an incredible trip that is packed with so much history, so much knowledge. We're really blessed to have like an amazing tour company that is very knowledgeable, but also was really helpful in putting a spiritual tone to it in a lot of areas for us, because we're going on like a spiritual journey for us. I know some people are going for the history. We wanted the history and the spiritual side to it.
Yeah.
So we were really blessed to have that. And I wanted to say, like, Cheryl, you were in Egypt like years ago, right?
I was in Egypt years ago, and it has a tremendous energy about it. And I have to say, I've always been drawn to Egypt. Growing up, I always attracted to the artwork. Of course, the pyramids and the Isis and King Tut, and you see all of that come to life in Egypt. And you're right; they do an amazing tour company, that takes you with I believe, an Egyptologist is going to be with you. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's fascinating to learn so much about the history and also, learn about past lives. I'm sure many of us feel drawn to that part of the world.
The energy inside some of the temples was very, I have to say, it was like, some of it was like something I've never felt before. It was pretty intense. It was I got a lot of, I'm a clairvoyant. Like I see a lot of visions. I got a lot of really cool visions. I think
Mm,
Jules had some amazing things that we were able to confirm with the
mm,
history of the temple once we found out more.
mm.
It's
Fantastic.
really, it's a really great experience. And we seem to attract the most amazing people to come with us. Our
Yeah.
last
Amanda,
trip.
Amanda
Yes.
Collins says, I did a meditation the other day and I saw an image. I saw an
Yes.
image of me painting the walls in Egypt.
Ooh,
Oh,
Wow,
very cool.
Amanda. That's
I
very
Maybe you're
love that.
cool.
meant to be
Love
with
that.
us.
I know. I think
Yeah.
so,
I mean,
Amanda.
I know that when I was there, I've always wanted to go to Egypt. It's been high on my list of places to visit, like many people, because a lot of our civilizations started back in
Mm,
Africa, if not all of them. So at some point, our ancestral lineage of everybody goes back to that part of the world.
Yes.
But it felt so natural and magical to be there. I mean, I really love Middle Eastern countries. I love the food, I love the cultures and
mhm,
all of that kind of stuff. So that also felt very vibrant and
mhm,
lively and fun for me. But it's kind of remarkable or very remarkable to be in some places where you're like, oh, this is where they found Moses, like that kind of stuff,
ah,
like on the river or
oh,
whatever.
wow.
This is where the pyramids are that we,
Is it
have
good?
learned about and talked about for many years. And just the incredibleness that went into all of that. I
Mhm,
mean, who knows? We
mhm,
were joking the whole time about, the alien friends or some extraterrestrials that
mhm,
might have contributed to
Right.
manifesting some of those creations, those beautiful creations, because of how perfectly they're lined up with some of the stars and all of that kind of stuff is
oh,
absolutely
so cool.
incredible. But you can feel the energy. And that's what we
Mhm,
were, most of the people that go on our trips are connected to us through their spiritual, connections. So, like, whether they're open to being a psychic and medium client, or they're actually a psychic medium themselves, or an energy healer. A lot of my students are energy healers that came
mhm,
and are coming again. And so we were just infusing everywhere with that
mhm,
energy and then feeling the energy of these
mhm,
places too. And that was just so magical and incredible, like feeling the history and feeling the energies of things that have been there over many,
mhm,
many, many thousands of years.
mhm,
So truly a magical, remarkable experience. If your soul is being called, I feel like Egypt is a safer place when you're in a group. So I would definitely recommend a group, but also going in a group with like-minded individuals is really nice because it just makes it a unique experience. Plus you get all the healing benefits. Lots of people were doing a lot of healing while we were there, and that was
mhm.
also really remarkable too.
Mhm, mhm. It does. Barbara Cooper says, "The trip sounds wonderful." It is, it is. And can you tell us how many people, you are gonna take on your trip, or how large is your group?
Yeah, we are, well, Kelley, do you wanna answer or you want me to answer everything?
Well, we
I'm always
have.
just like, "Blah, blah, blah, blah,"
Well,
so
I love that. I mean, that's fine. I'm good with that. So we have 10 people, I believe, so far, 10 or
yeah, we have
11.
10 signed up. Our goal is to get over 20. I mean, that's
Okay.
ideally for us
Mhm.
just to make sure that we, have everything that we need covered for our
Yeah.
expenses and stuff like that, but,
Yes.
however many are meant to be there are going to be
Mhm,
there with
mhm.
us. That's where
Yeah.
we're
Yeah. And I
yeah.
think it's, what is it? It's 3 months away,
Yeah,
four
it's
months.
a little over 3 months away
Mm.
is our departure date. So you got plenty of time, to join us and also get your passports ready if you need to do all
Yeah.
of that kind of stuff. Additionally, I will say for me, one of the most magical parts of our trip was just being so well taken care of.
Mhm.
Even though we were working as hosts, I still felt so relaxed because everything was thought of. I mean, the trip
Everything.
organizers
Ah,
were
You,
so fantastic with everything
wow.
that they did
Mhm,
and how well they took care of us. And then everything, you don't have to think about your meals, you don't have to cook,
yeah,
you don't have to worry
right.
about your day-to-day stuff. Everything is prearranged for you. All you have to do is show up, which to me is a really important thing and something we take for granted often because we're
yeah.
so busy doing, doing, doing. And even though it's a busy trip, it's like your brain doesn't really have to turn on. You just have to be
Mhm.
there and
Mm,
experience it.
mm,
And for me, I'm always worried when I travel about food because I have severe
mm,
IBS.
mhm.
And I have to say, I had I loved everything we ate. And I eat things I've never eaten. It's a very Mediterranean Greek. It reminded me of Greek food. I love Greek food. I was able to eat everything. They accommodated the vegans and the vegetarians pretty well, correctly?
Yeah, there's lots of vegetarian food and
Yeah.
vegan food. So
Yeah, it was
there's,
great food.
yeah, the food was amazing. I mean, literally, I can't express enough how enjoyable it, to the point where like we didn't want to leave and we're like, okay, when are we coming back?
Yeah.
I
Right.
almost did a
didn't wanna
trip in
leave.
October just
Oh,
because I wanted to go back
ah,
so quickly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I
ah,
literally ate a ton of food. I mean, I never normally I eat twice a day. I was eating 3, 4 times a day, eating lots of food. And I thought, I'm going to get so fat here. And I came home 15 pounds lighter. So
oh.
I was like, I don't know, but I think I need to move there to lose some weight.
Well, when you don't have any stress on your plate
Mhm,
Yeah.
and when you're walking a lot, because we're
Yeah.
walking a
mhm,
lot every day
Yes.
and just happy, it's easy
mhm,
Hmm.
to, you know,
mhm.
Yeah. I
I
was
lost weight while I
surprised.
was there also, and I was
Yeah.
eating more than I normally do. So
And I think the time of year that
how's
you're
that?
going I think the time of year that you're going is a mild temperature, is that right? It's gonna be
Yeah, it's a perfect temperature, actually. The
oh, good.
daytime will be, like, in the 70s, maybe up into the 80s,
Mm,
Hmm.
but not too hot,
mm.
It's
and then at night,
perfect.
it won't be too cold, and there shouldn't really be any rain. I don't think it really rained on us this year, did it?
I don't
Maybe
think we had any rain.
no, I don't
No,
think so, but,
no.
so it's moderate or mild in temperature at that time of year. It's a good time. It's actually gonna be Ramadan for part of the time that we're there,
Oh,
which is
wow.
also an exciting time just to see
Yeah.
the cultural, they do a lot of special things during that time. And yeah, it's quite magical. So if people are open and interested, I know maybe we could take some questions about it, or
Yeah.
if people want to share or tune in.
Yeah. I think the question that I have is that, I think right now for people wanting to go and wanting to know, maybe they can invite maybe you can for people listening that wanna go, maybe you can go by yourself or bring your friend with you. I mean,
Friend.
that's a
Yeah.
great trip to bring with a friend and have a spiritual that experience with meditation and healing
Yeah.
and readings. But when people sign up and they're going to sign up through your website or through Kelley's website, I think there's a deposit, right? So that at least could get them started and get that reservation going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so the deposit is $1,000 and that just commits you to the trip, but we do have the balance due coming soon just because it's getting closer
Mhm,
to the trip.
mhm, mhm,
So for a shared room, it's $59.95,
mhm,
and that includes everything once you get to Egypt. The only thing it
mhm,
doesn't include is your airfare to Egypt
mhm,
and from
mhm.
Egypt, and then a couple of small fees like a gratuity for the guide and your visa, and then any shopping or personal expenses. But from the time you land, somebody meets you at the airport and takes you everywhere you need to go and then
Gosh.
returns you to the airport. So you don't have to think literally about anything the whole way. Everything is included, your lodging, your food, all of your travel, all of your entrance fees to every site that we go to. We also have private time in a couple different pyramids. And so that is an exceptional thing because
That
most people
is.
don't have access to that.
No.
So we're going to have a couple hours to ourselves in the Great Pyramid in Giza. And there we will do meditation and maybe some chanting again, like we did this year, which was quite phenomenal. And then we're also going to be in Saqqara, which is the step pyramid, which I found to be amazing. And we're going to go in there by ourselves this year and go inside.
Oh, my.
And then we're also going to have little bits and pieces of private time, like in Sekhmet's temple, in Luxor at the Karnak temple. There's a temple for
Mhm.
Sekhmet,
Mhm.
who's a goddess of healing. And there's other temples for different healing goddesses that we did little meditations in, and kind of spontaneously were able to have some areas to ourselves. So there's
Mhm,
also a lot of bonuses that you wouldn't have
mhm,
if you went there either with another group or by yourself. So
mhm,
those are
mhm,
additional things that are included. For a single, which we do have some singles left, I believe it's 72.95, and that's for your own room the whole
mhm,
way through.
mhm.
And then for those who wanna do the add-on to Siwa, it's 19.95 for the additional 5 days. I think that's for a shared room, and, like, 22.95 if you want your own room, so it's not that much more expensive. So,
Mhm,
anyways, if people wanna join, again, it's all inclusive once you get to Egypt,
mhm.
except for a
Very
couple of
nice.
small fees.
And I know both you guys really well, and I know that whatever you arrange and organize, it's first class the whole way. So I
It
know the
is
hotels you're staying in.
5-star,
Wow,
amazing.
wow.
And our bus is a beautiful bus that's air conditioned with a bathroom. It's a Mercedes bus. I mean, the whole trip is like just luxury. You
Mm.
feel like you're a princess,
Mm.
and I'm all about that.
Yeah. Kelley and I both like to travel nicely. So, yeah, we definitely approved of the hotels and all the accommodations. The
Yes.
short domestic flights are an economy, but they're literally like not even an
Yeah,
hour in the
right,
air.
right.
And,
Yeah.
to sit all of us together. This year there were 17 of us. So we would love to have a group like around that size,
Wow,
like I
wow.
said, or more even going, but it will be a small enough intimate group, and everybody got
Good.
along so well. Some people still stay in touch within the group
Yeah.
itself from this year. So our goal is to have a very peaceful and calm environment, and also to have fun, because we like to
Oh
have
my
fun
God.
too. So
Your pictures on both your websites, but are of the trip are amazing, and it looks like everyone's having a great time too. And
Good.
I mean, it just felt like the right group that you have. So I'm sure we trust spirit that the right people
Yes.
are gonna just have a fabulous time.
Right. Yeah, I feel like we manifested that, Jules and I,
Mhm, mhm.
because it seemed like everybody that came was just so amazing. And
Oh,
really, like, I've been on these group trips before, as like not as the one leading it, but I know that there's like a lot of drama on a lot of them, and we don't seem to attract that. So I'm happy.
hey.
yeah, we
No
want
drama.
everybody getting along, having a good
Yeah.
time. If there's an emergency or something happens, we're there to help and support you, and give you Reiki on the fly or whatever needs to
Yeah.
happen in the
I can be
moment to
Reiki
calm
now.
people down. Yeah, now Kelley's a Reiki master, which is
Yay.
exciting.
That is exciting.
So she has
Congratulations.
some tools to add this coming year, and yeah, I think it's the most important thing is for people to know that the age range is also very diverse. So this year we had people in their 20s to somebody who is 80 years old. So
Mhm,
Yes.
whatever age you are, you're
mhm,
welcome to join us, and you
mhm.
will be accommodated if you have any disabilities or anything like that. And a lot of, at the moment, it's all women, but we're happy to have men joining us
Yeah.
too, or your spouses. We had couples come this year, which was
Mhm.
great.
Yeah.
So whoever you want to join with you, or you'll make some new friends and come on your own.
Yeah. I do want to say, um, I know people were nervous the one we went this year about their safety, but once we got there, their nerves went away because honestly, I never felt more safe than I did there. They're
Mhm.
the country is just very amazing, and they really make sure you feel safe. They take care of you. We had security with us on all of our like everywhere we went. I never felt unsafe once. I sometimes feel unsafe at home. I never felt
Mhm,
unsafe
mhm,
there. I felt
mhm.
so protected.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
good to know.
it was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And tell us the dates again. You mentioned them. Run it by us again. And thank you, Brianna, who's our backstage co-host, about posting the link to this amazing Egyptian experience. It's a spiritual journey with Jules Davis and Kelley Eckhart. So thank you, Brianna, for mentioning it and posting the link.
Yeah, the dates are February 26th to March 9th for the main trip, which is 12 days, 11 nights. And then the add on trip is an additional 5 days, or 5 nights, I guess.
And
We
6 days.
depart, yeah. And that one is from the day that we end there, March 9th, until March 14th. So it's just a continuation on, it's a seamless continuation. So there's no days off in between, but there's a pretty full travel day on the 9th to get out to see what Oasis, so people will have time to relax. And then if you want to stay for a day or two afterwards or come a couple days early, you're welcome to do that. Of course, they will still pick you up and drop you off at the airport, and all of that can be arranged through Mohammed, who is our travel organizer there in Egypt,
Yes.
and he's fantastic.
He's
Mhm.
amazing. Very, very accommodating and helpful. Like, really, I just felt like we had the most amazing trip of a lifetime. And honestly, we left there just not wanting to leave there.
Mhm.
We were like, I don't want to leave. I want to stay.
Yeah.
And we were trying to figure out ways we could stay too, but we couldn't.
I know Egypt is at the top of a lot of people's list, so this is a great trip, you know, I mean, don't put it off if you can. And you know, going with Jules and Kelley, you are in excellent hands. I know they have wonderful support behind them with the tour guides and the professionals. So you know, and even having that Egyptologist, someone who can take you through all of that knowledge and answer all the questions. I mean, that alone is just a wealth of foundational beauty, and really helping us understand more about the culture there, the history, and where we came from too. I mean, you know, maybe we all have had past lives there, or maybe when you look at the amazing artifacts in the museums, or even in the, as you mentioned, the Luxor, for example, the tombs or the temples, it really does kind of give you those chills or those vibes. Like it takes you back, right? Takes you back in time.
It does. It really gets you thinking too, just about, history and just things like we were floating down the Nile River and I'm sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, like imagine all the history and all the movies we've seen about
Mhm.
Jesus and Moses and all that in the Nile River, and the church we saw where supposedly there was a place where they hid Jesus, right?
Mm.
When they were
Yeah, the
traveling through
cavern
there.
church where the Holy
Mhm.
Family was, there to
Oh.
hide out when they were chased out of ancient
Oh.
Israel. And
Oh.
yeah, some really interesting stuff we got to see.
I
So,
mean, we walked in the same footsteps in some ways,
Yeah.
it feels like,
yeah.
right?
It's
Um,
fantastic.
and is there going to be a full moon this trip? Because last time we had a
Yeah,
full
we're there
moon.
for a new moon and a full moon. So we're
Yeah.
there for both. So we're going to start our trip with a new moon and we're ending our trip with a full moon.
Oh,
It's
wonderful.
for those who are on the extension. So yeah,
Yeah.
we have both. There's also an eclipse. There's some retrogrades happening while we're there, which are a good time for healing and
Mhm.
going inward and, um, returning to places for different reasons. I won't go too much into that, but yeah, there's a lot of good things happening or interesting things happening while we are there.
Yeah. So, I can't see the comments, guys.
Oh,
So
okay.
if people are asking questions, help me out because I can't see them on the iPad.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not. When I
I
switch over, I
see.
lose you.
Albert says he's been called to France and he doesn't know why, somewhere
Oh,
in the
oh,
country area.
wow.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I think you're called to Egypt, Albert. I think it's
One
Egypt
way or
right
another, we're
now.
getting him over there.
Mhm. So if
Yeah.
you have any questions for Jules and Kelley about the Egypt trip, please go ahead and post them in the comment section. And I mean, you have your hosts here to answer any questions you have. I know you can always contact them afterwards as well
Yeah.
through their website. And Brianna will put that information up again. But please, really, if you have any interest at all in going to Egypt, this sounds like the trip of a lifetime.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, besides Egypt, we totally skipped over, who Jules is, and I think everybody knows
Yeah,
her.
let's
But
go into
Jules
that.
is pretty amazing. I just graduated as a Reiki master, um, Holy Fire, from her class, and I have to say she's one of the most amazing teachers I've ever taken a course from. Very thorough, very
Mm.
organized, answers all your questions, and really gets you working and doing things in a quick way where you feel confident. So I do want to thank her for that. But I also wanted to share that because I know you teach often, online, in
Yes.
person, out of town, even. And so I didn't know if you have anything upcoming that you wanted to share for any of your workshops that are coming up, or mentorships, or any of
Yeah,
that.
I have lots of stuff coming up. Yeah, I do teach a lot. So, for those who are not familiar with me, I am an International Center for Reiki Training licensed Reiki master teacher in Usui Karuna and Animal Reiki. And so, I teach all of those different systems of Reiki. A licensed Reiki master teacher from the ICRT is somebody who's been vetted by the organization, but also done an additional multi-year program in order to achieve that status. There's only about 43 of us or so in the world. And the ICRT is a very well-known Reiki organization. Then I'm also a professional psychic and medium, master crystal healer, sound healer, and I have a healing studio in Redondo Beach, which is near Los Angeles, called Auralux. And I've been practicing professionally for almost 12 years now. Next month, it'll be 12-year anniversary for me doing this as a
Hey.
profession,
Hey.
which is exciting. And yeah, I'm based here in this area. I offer classes online and in person. I do have 2 mentorships starting up in January, and those are for people who are looking to develop more as a professional psychic and medium. So somebody that already has experience with their development and then wants to go on to become a professional. We're going to dig deeper into those kinds of things and different aspects of the business, how to deal with clients and push you kind of out of your comfort zone to get you better at the job, so to speak. And then I also have an intuitive energy healer mentorship. Both of those are 12-month programs. And then there's opportunities for continuation once you finish them. But the energy healer mentorship is how to integrate your intuition with your energy healing capabilities, and then giving you advanced tools and all of that and how to work together so you can deepen your sessions. And also, it's really healing for the people that go through it. So it's a deeply healing process, transformative on every level, and will make you a better practitioner for those who are interested in expanding on that. But some people do it and they're not interested in being a professional. They just do it for their own personal growth and development too.
And
love
I mean,
that.
that's amazing. And then I know you have crystals, right? Don't you do a crystal
Yeah, I
in
teach
your
crystal
stories?
healing.
You
Yeah,
teach crystal
I
healing.
have so
That's
many
it.
things.
Oh
My
my
list is
God.
like a mile long of all the
I
things
mean,
that I do, but yeah.
crystal healing is pretty terrific. And,
Yeah.
your Reiki has always just been, such a high caliber. So for anyone interested in Reiki, really, please go to Jules and please check out her website, and please sign up for her newsletter. And you'll always find out what she's doing. And she's always teaching, as Kelley mentioned, online and in person. So we'd love to have you get to know Jules better and really learn and study from the best. And that's how we feel about Jules.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And,
Great.
I also offer a free healing once a month on the full moon. So it's live on
Mm.
Zoom. So for people who want
Wow.
to either just have that experience or need some healing and can't afford a private session or just want to come and try it out, you're welcome to join me. The next one will be mid-December. It's not up on my website yet because we just had one, but it will be up soon. And you can look out for those around the full moon. And I send those out in the newsletter as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're a busy woman. I know. Jules, do you work like 7 days a week?
I'm trying not to at the moment, but yeah, I do have a lot going on all of the time. And
I
I
know
saw
you
Albert
do.
said he wants to join my mentorships. Albert, you're welcome
Yay. Yes,
to do
Albert.
that in conjunction with all the great stuff you do with Kelley. We're happy to have you.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Well, do we want to do any readings for the audience?
sure.
Yeah, I think we'd love to. We got 3 mediums here, and I'd love our energies to help out anyone we can. So, Kelley, you don't see the questions, is that right?
I
Or you?
can't see anything unless I lose my video part. So I have to
Oh,
flip back and forth, and
okay.
that's just too distracting. So what we could answer questions, and people could just pick questions for me when
Yeah.
it's my turn, or we can all just tune into the same questions.
Okay.
Or we could bring people up. It's up to you guys. What would you prefer to do? I'm
I
open.
Yeah, I think for tonight, let's answer questions when
Okay,
people
sounds
type in
good.
the comment section. So for anyone that would like Jules and Kelley and myself to tune in to something for you, please, now is the time. Type in your question in the comment section on all of our channels on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We will certainly have Brianna, our co-host and producer, backstage, help field these questions, and we'll try to get to as many as we can. So. We'll begin. I know I saw someone asking. Yes, thank you. Oh, they're here. They're coming in. So they come in so fast. And yes, thank you. If you can be specific as you can with your questions, that way we can help as many people as we can. So
Yes.
yeah, just let us know if you have a psychic question or a mediumship question. We'd love to hear from you. So, Jules, can you see the questions coming in? Or oh, good, good, good. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Kathy's just to say she's so grateful she caught up live with us tonight. Thank you. Yay!
Okay.
Thank you.
I can't see all of your questions. I can see some on my Instagram live.
Okay.
And then if you want to just tell me what you get
Mhm.
on yours, I can't see all of them.
How about this one? If you Savannah, so it's from medium Kelly Eckhart. I mean, I'm sorry, it's from Savannah. I was wondering if you guys could tell me how my parents are feeling about my recent engagement. I'm devastated that I won't have
Mm.
any family there for me, and obviously, I wish my parents were there.
Okay. Well,
How-
Savannah, maybe could you put into the chat what your partner's name is?
Mhm.
That helps me. So I don't know about you ladies.
Oh, that's great. No, and however you work. So, Savannah, what is your partner's name to be here? And then I see so many great questions coming through.
Yeah.
So,
So can I just dive into this one?
sure.
Because I feel right off the bat that your parents, I feel like they're feeling happy that you're getting married, but I also feel like there's some concern because they're not going to be there. I'm not sure why they're not going to be there, and I'm really sorry about that. I do feel like they're happy for you, but for some
Mhm.
reason I feel that they don't know you who you're marrying very well, or they're concerned because they don't know him very well. And I do think that they would like to know him better. So I hope I'm right on about that. But I think that's the only apprehension I feel coming from mom. I feel mostly. So I'm gonna let the others tune in.
All right, Jules, please.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of judgment from your parents about some things that have happened in your relationship around your partner. And my feeling is that you might have to do some work to get that stuff resolved if you want them to come to the wedding. But I'm not sure if it's going to be resolved before the wedding or if it will be resolved later, is my feeling. It feels a little bit tricky to me. I actually feel your dad is quite stubborn and maybe part of the problem here as well. But it feels like a joint effort. Your mom and your dad both, having some issues with what's going on with you and Alberto. And I feel like there's been some historical stuff that they're not able to let go of in something that went down or happened. So sorry, Savannah. I wish I had better news for you. I do feel like you will have some family there, though, like a brother and sister or something. I feel there's like people your age or in your group that may join. So hopefully, her parents aren't alive anymore. Is that what's going on?
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Interesting. Yeah, that was a
Interesting.
weirdly worded question. But I still feel like there's something, I don't know, maybe unresolved. I don't know, Savannah, if there was something unresolved before they passed away or what the issue was.
I
Okay.
just feel like they're worried about something. From not that spirits worry, but I feel like they're just concerned and want you to be happy. So I don't know. I think maybe Jules, you're tapping into something, and maybe I'm tapping into their concern about that, because I got concern a little bit on mom's part.
Yeah.
What about you, Cheryl? Knowing now you have a little bit more info than we do.
Oh, I do feel that there's something about trust and communication is the key, meaning that trusting yourself, what you're doing is on the right path, but also honoring your parents, feelings, because I do feel there are reservations around it. But look, that's only because they want the most for you, and so there's nothing wrong with that at all. But
Yeah.
sending them love and
Yeah.
being at peace with yourself that what you're talking to them about or what you're asking them for is really coming through for you, is really that intuitive spark or that intuitive message that you're receiving from them. Yeah. So thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for the question, Savannah.
Yeah. Thank you, Savannah.
I think I misread the question or
Well,
misunderstood.
no, I read what you read too. I think
Yeah.
it was just worded differently. Like it could have been received as two different ways.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's confused.
All
Let's
right.
can I go to get Kathy? Hi,
Yeah.
Kathy Casatelletti, excuse me. Kathy is asking, I'm feeling both my husband and my dad around me lately. Is there something they are trying to tell me? Hmm. Well, if I may just start, Kathy, I do feel there's a movement with you, like you've either been stuck or things have been in a lull for you lately, and that there is change coming and to embrace it. All right. So some of us have a tendency to stall or avoid it, but to embrace change. And in some way, these beautiful souls are helping you. Accept that on the other side, because there is a little bit of hesitancy around, once again, accepting change. So movement's going to happen. So hold the light for yourself, be in gratitude, and you'll be just fine. And what about you, ladies? Jules and Kelley?
You want me to go, Jules, or you want to go?
Yeah, you can.
I'm feeling, Kathy, for some reason, I feel like I want to celebrate. I feel like your mom and dad are like clapping or applauding. It's like there's something exciting either upcoming or about to happen. Or possibly there's a birthday or something, but I feel like I want to celebrate. So I do feel like they're excited for
Yeah.
you. So
Her
if there are
husband.
change,
Yeah. Her
I mean,
husband and dad,
I'm
just to let
sorry,
you know.
husband
I
and
know
dad,
you don't have a
sorry.
screen in front of you, Kelley. I
I
know
know,
you're
sorry.
working remotely today, so.
I can't see that far, but now I see it. Okay. So yeah, husband and dad, I feel like they're excited about something upcoming and they're really just kind of letting you know like they've got your back, they're standing behind you. I feel a lot of pride, a lot of excitement for you. So I do feel like there's a lot of upcoming changes that are positive happening here in the near future and they're just excited and they're here to cheer you on. That's what I feel. I'd love it if Jules has a totally different take because I think that's the best when we all get something different.
I'm looking at the other questions, like
Oh, good.
Oh, her mom passed
on
as
the
well.
list to see if
Oh,
I feel drawn to anything. 'Cause
See, look, Kathy says her mom passed as well, and Kelley just brought through her mom.
Well, because I felt mom and dad.
Yeah.
Funny.
Oh,
So, well, that's
Kelley.
good. I'm glad I wasn't just feeling things.
Well, thank you, Kathy. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. I hope that resonates.
And Jules, were you being drawn to a certain question or?
Yeah, we can, if you have one on Instagram,
No, I'm
Bianca
just
can
trying
try
to
to
read
swap you.
through the ones that I can see on the StreamYard. It is a little bit difficult when they don't have their like real name because for me to tune into somebody,
Yes.
I need to hear them or know who they are, like
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
the handles don't really, it's harder. So the Gothic Redhead, if you have a name and can share your name, that would be
I see.
easier for me to tune into your
Mhm.
situation, especially around health.
Mhm.
But I do feel a lot of depression with you, so I just feel like there's a sadness
Mm.
there. I feel there has been sadness, like, over time, not just because
Mhm.
of the cancer diagnosis, but some depression with you, so I just wanna be able to give you some support if you don't mind sharing your first name. It doesn't have to be your full name here. It'll just help me to tune into
Mm.
her. Melanie. Okay, I see it
Melanie.
there. Melanie. So, the question, where did it go, was what is her future for her breast cancer outlook, post chemo, surgery, radiation, and starting chemo again.
Mhm.
I feel like my feeling for you, Melanie, and I know this may sound, you know, obvious, but it's almost like finding your zest for life again because I feel like everything that you've been through has taken such a toll. I don't want to say anything private on a public thing here, but I just feel there's been a lot of hurts in your life, and some of what the breast cancer has been trying to teach you about, and I'm a healer, so I look at it from that perspective. Why has this manifested here and what do I need to heal? I feel like a lot of those hurts and those disappointments have accumulated in your heart, and just feeling that devastation and that heaviness there from a long time, like from your childhood. Maybe working with somebody that you could let go of some of those pains and some of those hurts. Because I actually feel when you're able to let go of the emotions that are stuck there, that your future looks bright as far as your health goes. So it's just a matter of addressing the emotional side of things, because I feel like you've been working hard to follow all the rules and do everything that you need to do. And it's frustrating because it hasn't been working as planned. So I just feel the heaviness of the emotions is like your final step to get over the hump of completing your healing with more treatment. I don't know if anybody else felt anything different.
That
Or
was so beautiful. I
No,
don't know.
that
I
was
have,
beautiful. I
yeah.
mean, you just intimidated me to talk.
So look, let's just take a moment here and
That was
tell
really good.
everyone your amazing Egyptian trip that you guys are going to be doing readings on the trip. Is that right? Or
Yes.
energy
Yeah.
healing and Reiki. Can you just talk a little bit about, because that's such a spiritual part that people, I mean, I think that would be amazing with the energy of Egypt.
Well,
I
we
have to
did
say one of my
readings.
favorite things. Well, Kelly, sorry, I just
Oh, sorry. Go
talked
ahead. No,
before
you
you.
go.
See,
You
I'm
go.
like, blah, blah, blah.
You go, Jules, because I'm normal like you.
One
So
of-
it's good. You're good. You balance me out.
So I was doing like little healing meditations and things before we got onto our cruise on the Nile. But when we were on the Nile River, we had some time. So what we ended up doing was doing readings on the cruise, and Kelly took half of the group and I took half of the group.
Mhm.
And you could either get a healing or a reading from me. And so this year, maybe Kelly will offer healings and readings too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then, so we did half of the group, and then the other half of the group got readings. Right, we were sitting outside looking at the pyramids. I mean, could you imagine more amazing places
So
than on the
amazing.
Nile River and at the pyramids? And then Kelly and I did a group demonstration event of mediumship while we were in Luxor.
Yeah.
In one of our attendees' hotel rooms, because it was a little chilly outside to be outside under the full moon, but we did a full moon experience there. We did a demonstration of mediumship. So we're in all these powerful, energetic places and
Mhm.
beautiful places, like literally,
Mhm.
oh, hi, there's the Great Pyramid right next to us, and we're doing readings there. So that was pretty amazing.
It was
Kelly did.
amazing. I enjoyed it. The readings were all great too. Yeah, I feel like everybody was super happy. Not that we're like amazing. I'm just saying, like they all were like they flowed so nicely. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, I'm bragging. Yeah.
Well, you're a good medium, so it's okay to be confident.
Definitely,
Still, everybody
definitely.
was so happy, and that's
Yeah.
important.
Oh, well, that's what happens is, when you guys, I mean, what happens is, I mean, there's so much love, for what you guys do, and you share your profession with people, your love for mediumship and Reiki and healing, and then the people you attract on these trips, I mean, they're amazing too in their own right, right? I mean,
Yes.
they could, like you said, they could just be interested in Egypt, or they could be interested in Egypt and spirituality and want to know more about themselves, or maybe more know about you two and what this is all about. So it's just so many wonderful gifts that you're offering for this trip.
Thank you.
I think it's a great.
I wish you could come too, Cheryl.
I
Oh,
know. I
thank
wish
you.
you could.
I'll be in
It would
someone's
be fun.
carry-on or checked baggage or something. I'll bring my own air tag. You won't lose me.
Ask Susan Schuler if you can come with her, and she's
Oh, okay.
coming.
Oh, Susan's
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wanted to answer another question if you guys are up for that. Liz
sure.
in
Yes.
Awe. She says she's 77 and lived in Cozumel for the last 30 years, I guess, and loved it. Lately feeling as if I will move elsewhere, stay here, go to Cleveland with better health, but strained family or elsewhere. Thanks if you answer.
Mhm.
Do you guys want?
Read that again lately. Okay.
My feeling, Liz, my feeling is that Cleveland, I was like a hard no on. I just feel like there's something that will make you you think better health, but actually will make you sick being around people that are, maybe more difficult or in difficult situations. For me, I think the lifestyle of Mexico is good, but maybe it's not necessarily staying in Mexico. I even feel like you might move a little further south, like Costa Rica or somewhere, but staying in an environment that is more relaxing is where your lifestyle is optimal. And that's my first feeling about it. So I don't know what you guys felt.
I got the same
Okay.
thing. I feel like going to Cleveland,
Mhm.
there's going to be stress, and I feel like stress is never good for your health. I also feel like it's too cold for your bones. So I don't know if you have arthritis, but I feel like it's not going to feel great, the cold weather in the winter. So I'm not feeling Cleveland at all for you. I definitely feel like you need to be somewhere tropical or warm, and I just feel like that, more dry.
Yeah. And and thank you. And Liz, for what I'm feeling for you is I'm hearing no, like stay where you are through the summer. And something is going to unfold. Like when it's time for you to have a change of life or a move, it's going to unfold for you. I just feel like some opportunity will present itself. So, yeah, but staying where you are for now feels like, to me, it just feels like the least stressful thing for you right now.
Okay, so yes, she responded to us. Good, Liz. I'm glad we got to answer your question there. I have a question from my Instagram from Karen, who is asking about her husband and if he's going to get a new job. So, Karen, if you're still there,
Oh.
stay with us. Her husband's name is Robert. And I think the question was somewhere in our chat there a while back, but maybe
Yes,
Brianna
yes,
can find that.
I
If you guys
saw.
want to tune in, I know Karen. So if you guys want to tune into that
So she wants to know if her
situation,
husband's going to find a new job.
yeah, her husband Robert, if he's going to
Robert.
find a new job.
I'm getting a yes, like that's, I heard it loud. Just yes, he's going to find one. I'm also getting that it might not be the ideal job, but it's going to get him his foot in the door is what I feel like, and it's going to give him opportunity. So eventually it will be the ideal job, but I feel like it's a good job. That's what I'm hearing. What about you, Cheryl?
Yes, I did hear yes also. I heard yes, and it's going to be a lot of work, which, can just be a lot of work sometimes, but there's some reason for it. And yes, there's some benefit to what he's doing and he's pursuing. So definitely it's a yes.
Yes, and she
Yes,
might
for
be
me.
delayed because she's on the Instagram,
Oh,
so she might
yes.
not be hearing us immediately. But I also want to say, Karen, my feeling is that he's going to get an even better job or like a promotion. So I feel like it's a step up.
Yeah, that's what I feel
Mhm.
like. It's just not right away, though. I feel like he has to get his foot in the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
good. Well,
then it happens. So
Okay.
I'm feeling timeline wise too. I feel like it's not like immediately, but it's coming soon. So I want to say within a month, maybe 4 to 6 weeks. That's what I feel.
And I hope she's still on because she had gotten disconnected before. So hopefully she hears us.
Well,
If
she
not, I'll
can
send her.
listen back.
Oh, she's here. She's saying she's here. So, okay, good. All right. Well, there you go, Karen. Nice to hear from you. It's been a while.
It is 6:23 now.
Yeah.
okay. Well, maybe we should talk about.
Announcements.
Yeah, let's do announcements. Kelley, why don't you begin?
Well, I have, after this event at 7:00 on TikTok, a TikTok live event. I am
Oh,
totally have no idea what I'm doing. I got invited by Courageous Wolf Tarot.
yes.
So it's a collaborative readings, and there you can go watch on TikTok, or you could pay $40 and get a reading, I believe, from both of us. I'm this is all new to me, so I'm very interested to see how this works. I'm excited to do this. And then next month I have my holistic fair on the 6th and 7th, or 7th and 8th, I think, at the Crystal Store. And oh my gosh, I totally forgot. I have a Black Friday sale. Oh my goodness. I'm putting it together right now. I was going to advertise it. So the store will be open on Friday. We'll be closed Wednesday. But if you're in Sacramento and you want to buy crystals, they are going to be, everything in the store is going to be anywhere from 20 to 50% off. So definitely come take advantage of my Black Friday sale. And it's more than just Friday. It's really a Black Friday, Saturday, Sunday sale. So I'm extending it through the weekend. Come check it out. Then after that, the first weekend in December, or the second weekend, the 7th and the 8th, I'm doing a holistic fair. There will be 7 or 8 practitioners. You can book on my website. Lots of amazing practitioners that'll be working. You can get a reading or a healing for $50 for 20 minutes, or you could buy 3 for $120 and go to 3 different practitioners.
Okay.
And again, the crystals will only the crystals will be on sale for 30 to 50% off as well that weekend. So definitely check those 2 out. I'm not going to go into January other than I think I've been saying every week that I can't wait because Cindy K's is coming January 11th. But,
Yes.
I'm very excited about that. So lots of exciting things. You can find out most of my events on my website at mediumkelley.com/events. Even on the crystal store, moxicrystals.com/events. They should be identical, but sometimes they're not. Yeah,
Well,
that's
wonderful.
my upcoming stuff.
Thank you. And then Jules, were you wanting to remind us of any upcoming events that you're having that we can reach out and connect with you?
Yeah, sure. I also have a sale. So Kelley's store is up in Sacramento. If you don't know and haven't been there, it's a really beautiful store full of lots of wonderful crystals and gift items. I have a business that I don't normally open to the public, so it's not a retail store, but I'm having a sale for small business Saturday and extending that into Sunday. In person, I'm having like a holiday market. So that's in Redondo Beach in the Los Angeles area. And I've got tons and tons of beautiful crystals. And then I have a couple other vendors coming that are going to sell their stuff, which is like organite, energy, pyramids, and charging plates, and beautiful aura sprays, and some crystal bracelets and crystal grids that are beautiful art pieces from another one of the vendors. And fun, we're going to do little mini sessions while people are there. So feel free to come and join us. I'm going to have also all levels of Usui and Karuna Reiki in December. So level 1, 2 master of Usui Reiki, and then Karuna master in December. And then in January, my mentorship program start and a whole bunch of more classes. But you can look at my website, healingwithjules.com, if you're interested in any of that stuff.
That's just wonderful. And for myself, I have always my monthly Circle of Love events. I'd love for you guys to join me. I believe the November may have one ticket left, November 26th, but check it out. And also December 30th will be my next small group reading event where everyone gets a reading. I do want to share with you, though, I have a special event happening in December. It's with Suzanne Northrup and myself. And so if you would like to come to an online, large audience reading and watch me and Suzanne work, if you have not met Suzanne Northrup, she's a lot of fun and a very, very good medium. So please come to our event happening December. I believe it's December 16th. Excuse me, I had the date wrong. And buy a ticket. And if you want to buy a ticket for a friend as a gift, maybe a gift for Christmas, what have you, or a birthday, it's a great way to kind of open you up, and you may feel spirit as well. So we'd love to have you there.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I was talking to my
Yeah.
boyfriend earlier, Cheryl. I
Oh.
was like, I haven't done an event with Cheryl in so long. And he's like,
Oh,
why not? I said, I know, we need to figure it out.
Oh,
So
yeah. Oh, I'd love that. Thank you.
hopefully
Yeah,
we'll do one again
Yeah,
soon.
we will.
what about your event? Oh, you just shared all your events, Cheryl. Why did I just say, what about your events?
Yeah. Long day.
Yes, it has been a long day. Well, I think we're towards the end of the show. I mean, we have a couple minutes left, but
Yeah, I'll just remind people, if they're
Mhm.
interested in Egypt, they can go to your website or my website, and
Yeah.
all the information is there. And we would be happy for you to join us and have some fun with us on a trip of a lifetime
Yeah.
and magical spiritual place.
Yes, I'm excited for that trip. It's going to be amazing.
And
Yeah.
once again, guys, really, if you're looking for a life-changing experience, if you have an interest in going to Egypt, this is really a trip of a lifetime. And really, what other way to see Egypt than with just love and healing and, spiritual support? And it's almost like getting your own, private readings along with this trip to Egypt. So very, very special. All right. So thank you again. We want to thank our special guest, Jules Davis, for being with us. Thank you, Jules.
Thank you for having me, ladies.
You're
Yes.
welcome. And Kelley, it's always great to see you.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
And guys, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next Thursday on Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed. Have a beautiful day, a beautiful evening. Namaste, everyone.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed. We hope today's insights have inspired you on your path to a more fulfilling and enlightened life. Remember, transformation isn't just a destination, it's a journey we take each day. We invite you to continue exploring with us as we unravel more lessons and stories that empower growth and change. Mark your calendars for next week's episode, airing Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We've got more exciting topics and inspiring guests lined up that you won't want to miss. If you found value in today's episode, we'd love for you to like and share this video to help spread the message of transformation and inspiration. Stay curious, stay inspired, and until next time, keep seeing beyond. Thanks for watching.